Gummed up, brain dead, can't decide. You can't pray enough, you can't hide. You can be cool or you can cry. Do it wrong, not at all, or do it right. No one owes you, no one's to blame. Sit for bad genes or DNA. Ask your conscience the why and how. Do it then, do it when. What's up, sweet cakes? Who's way? Easy. What you gonna do, little buckaroo? Yeah, you gotta do. Happy fun is asking now. No, we all can be super fly. GQ, PhD, FBI. You can pretend them, you can try. Move ahead, lay down dead, or slip on by.
Yo, Matt, lead away, man.
Hello and welcome to someone who is trying to retweet the space on his own profile and failing massively because I have too many accounts on my phone. It's No Cap Gaming episode 17. The meta is a lie, brackets, change my mind, or maybe not because we're old, salty, and just generally, we don't believe in shit no more. We have another interesting and fun stack panel tonight, and we've got some very fun people tonight, this morning, today even. And we had some big announcements earlier from Warpchain partnering with the fabulous Hello Labs for incubation on our upcoming node sale. So it's going to be fun, and there's going to be some spicy takes today. So share the room, follow each other, and kick all the asses that need kicking. And without further ado, let's go around the room and introduce yourselves. And for the love of God, retweet the goddamn space.
Let's go with our co-host, Shaolin. What's happening, my friend? Mic check.
I'm literally having the same problem as Matt. I was just commenting after I had already liked and reposted, and I was just trying to do my part to amplify the space so we can get more people in. But no, happy to be here. I am actually enlightened to share that I am actually working with the team officially at Warp, and super excited to not only be co-hosting, but help deliver on the back end of what's going on. So super obviously glad to be here. But more importantly, what is the meta that is a lie? I think sometimes when I go into these topics, Matt, that they come fully loaded right off the freaking burner, and it's not just spicy, but it's literally hot. And I'm okay with that because it'll have great conversation. We have a great speaker panel to go with.
Loving them. I love the flowers. Flowers are always good. And it's fantastic to have here. And what is the meta? What is the meta? Well, we'll get into that. We'll get into that in a bit. But let's go around the room and let's go next to King Snooch. And yeah, take it away, Snoochy. It's been a while. Man.
Yo,
we miss you.
What's up, my man? Good to be here. It's been a minute. You're right. We definitely need to catch up as there's so much stuff going on. And honestly, people say gaming is down right now. I call bullshit on that. Gaming is not down. And I feel like right now, the only reason why gaming's been quiet is because all the kids who make up the majority of gamers have been out touching grass during their summer vacation. And guess what? They're coming back now, and they're coming home, and now they're going to play all the games that their buddies have been telling them about, and gaming's going to start taking off. You watch.
I do think that is slightly weather related. I mean, if everyone's having a nice summer and they're all actually outside, there are less people playing games. And I think that's kind of funny because in crypto, we kind of expect it to be, Gen Zs with broccoli hair glued to 3 screens, making money on AI. well, they get rich and founders just sit here in poverty making bread because that's the only way they can live. Mr. Console, let's go to you.
Hey, big man, Mr. Matthew himself, and everybody in the room. I hope you're all feeling well. I've just had supper, so I'm feeling really good. Feeling as if we're gonna have that fireside chat discussion. Shout out to OFID, my friend. We used to jump on spaces together. I rarely see you around. I hope you're doing well. But yes, King Snooch is right. It's summertime, even upon my own community. I don't want them online. Go get lives, go touch grass, go smell nectar, whatever it is. I really appreciate that this time of the year really calls for us to gather, to socialize. Festivals are really kicking off in all corners. Sadly, on this southern hemisphere, it's winter. So we're indoors.
I mean, it's
really
still
cold.
probably warmer than Sweden in winter, to be fair.
Yeah, it's around, let's say, 20 degrees, and that just has
Okay, that's
everybody
my summer.
complaining. Yeah, it's cold for a black man. It's really cold. Nonetheless, I'm happy to be here, and I wonder what the meta is, because I think everything is a lie, depending on how you look at it.
That is
Yeah,
true.
I'm in the same place, Mr.
Facts.
Console. I want to know what people are considering the meta right now.
The meta is hating everything. That's the meta. But it does seem to be the meta. It's certainly not the meta to try to sue 15-year-olds. That seems to be the definite way to take your game down. And also, you mentioned everyone's going to concerts and that. Did people see the Coldplay thing that's been trending, where a CEO of a company got caught on Jumbotron hugging his HR? I mean, yeah, that's a little naughty. So, not happy.
A friend just sent that to me there about half an hour ago. So that obviously is the meta at the moment.
Can we pin that? I haven't seen it yet. I would love to see this.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can find it and pin it. But put that in the Jumbotron.
He's just trying not to get fired. I think it's a strategic move, nothing less than that.
I mean, he's the CEO of the company and he's like at a Coldplay concert with his employees and he's hugging one of them. Bro, like,
What
is he in
Irish
crypto?
man-
He should be in crypto.
What Irishman Conor McGregor did the other day was way worse. I don't know if you guys caught that.
I mean, he's always doing worse. Tell us what he's doing.
Oh yeah. It's massive news in Ireland, but I'll let Mr. Console say it.
Somehow I'm not surprised, but yeah, we'll follow up.
Yeah, so apparently the man's was caught smoochy on a public beach with this lady who everybody seems to rank as a 3 out of 10. So that's really, really been taking up the MMA headlines because, oh, Conor, you have a wife?
Oh, that's the clean version, not the fact that he was sending dick pics to Azalea Banks, the rapper. The African American rapper
this
from
is
the
even
US.
funnier. So he's done both of these things. And that's hilarious. So he was on a beach with someone who's ranked 3 out of 10, and he's been sending dick pics to an American rapper. That is, what's the expect would happen? Like, genuinely, it's just going to be like, oh, I'm going to come to Ireland for that shit.
No, we're not. We're hoping Donnelly he goes and fucking lives in America with all his fucking buddies, with all his other retards.
That is pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing. We've got some other people up on the panel. And, what's the meta? Soulforge. How's it going, man?
Hello, everybody. It's the Crimson Caravan. And I know what the meta in our game is, but other than that, I have no idea what the meta y'all are talking about. But hopefully we'll figure that out and have a good chat about it today.
That's exactly what we're here for. And yes, last time it was kind of funny to have a game up there and ask them about the law. And the poor intern had not been briefed that they even had law. And he defended himself very well. Bless his little heart. But it's always good to know the law of your own game. And I think, it's always good to see what's around. And I think that we have to go in, what is the meta? It's constantly shifting. It's a set of trends. It's FOMO. What are we FOMOing on? We've seen, I think, a lot of people talking about this Cluely thing. So AI is still definitely the FOMO meta. A lot of games people are kind of going hard into, AI. But at the moment, the meta seems to be games dying and KOLs complaining about founders of games, probably because no one's getting paid, neither the founders, nor the KOLs, nor the kids who are getting sued. So I just want to know, what is the meta? What games are trending? What things are actually out there?
I actually thought that the meta was employees of KOL complaining about KOLs and leaving KOLs, but I don't know.
I don't know, man. That's that is it's good job YP isn't here to hear that.
I didn't say his name.
No, it's good. I mean, to be honest, man, I think Coral Drama and everyone left Magic Eden, or did they, or was has been kind of funny. And I've noticed Camel has been going on a rant, just basically spreading random disinformation because he's sick of InfoFi, which is quite funny. So he's posted things like Satoshi collecting his Bitcoin, or it's been hacked into. He posted that Barstool Bets was acquired by Polymarket. He's been just going on a complete misinfo-fi rampage. So that's been kind of a fun meta recently.
I wonder what my friend Loki is when you need him. He's the fun king. We should chime into this conversation.
Yeah, if you want some rap based on the fact that we're talking about AI and we're talking about metas, and now let's actually talk about meta. I read something yesterday that Meta, are planning to they say spend hundreds of billions of dollars in AI products. But the interesting thing that I found out about it is that they're planning and building a data center the size of Manhattan to cope with this. Like, that is bloody mental.
It's also kind of funny.
One on the moon. I'm kidding. But well, we heard that they're poaching employees from OpenAI. That is something, and the way that Sam Altman responded is like, no, we're good, we're fine, everything is good. And we have the recent release of Grok 4, which I think is the meta right now. Everybody's talking about the sexy,
Oh yes, this is the
amount of gooning for these teenagers to jump onto Grok AI has definitely changed, and they're balancing it with a male version too. So let's be fair; they're trying to be gender neutral in that they're giving people what they're looking for, whichever flavor that you prefer, and this driving this newfound way where even Thread Guy tapped in and talked about gooning at a new level that Elon's now promoting on X.
I mean, gooning is probably the meta for all teenage boys at some stage of their lives. But that's probably not what they're doing now. They're not touching grass. I remember seeing this. There was a funny TikTok of a guy who's basically saying to his kids that it would be punishment for them to be sent outside for 8 hours, whereas in his day, it was punishment for him to be kept inside during the summer. So things have changed. But with Annie, I think it's really interesting that got so much use, probably from all the gooning, that it was down for quite some time for quite some regions. They also released some sort of random racist red squirrel or something at the same time, which was massively less popular, except among the furry community, I'm sure. But I'm wondering if the male version is not for people to goon to, but it's people to goon as with Annie. And I'm wondering if there's going to be some interaction between the characters. And I think that is going to take it to the next stage of locked in and never coming back.
Well, these waifu games are really popular right now. The dating games, and some of them are freaking weird, man. Just downright strange.
Oh yeah, we had a bit on last week about the anime horse girl racing one, and then this was prompted also by people on TikTok getting pictures of just regular horses that were in the game, and you just see the regular horse and everyone be going crazy about this regular horse, and it was actually tied to some waifu, which is quite crazy. And it's now actually a fact that if you search for various warships, famous warships of World War II, you now just get anime waifus instead, because they made a hugely successful game turning all of the most famous warships in World War II into girls, and as you can imagine. So yeah, the more you know.
I think the more you share with me, Matt, I'm perplexed, but only because I'm locked in trying to figure out other things that are going behind the scenes. But the fact that like you're always on top of this meta, I don't know how you find the time to be this dialed in, but I'm loving it because I'm just like, this is real, but the problem is it is. Like I can ask the question, but it answers itself. So how do we get beyond these things, right? How do we transcend them so that instead of being like the meta, that we can actually kind of create things? Because I think we need a good direction, right? Obviously, this life is parodying itself, but we definitely should be more on track. What are the good things? People are actually KOLs are so bored that they're now competing and actually utilizing this Camels and the team's World Stract, what is it called? The World Series of Abstract Poker Tournament to kind of vie and actually make money because it's definitely not on the timeline anymore.
Yeah, that is true. I've noticed that the timeline is basically it's basically open warfare between these little camps of people who've got really nothing that much to talk about at the moment. And people are sort of looking at the games that are still surviving and kind of pissed that none of the games that are surviving are actually going anywhere near X. And I think that's kind of an interesting thing, that a lot of the games that people are crediting with being the ones that we consider winning are kind of avoiding this platform like a toxic plague. Which is very interesting because it is a toxic plague. But it is also incredibly fun. And can't lie, it's just popcorn every day. Every day something crazy is going on. And when we have to move through to find a meta, we actually have to create a meta. And what meta do we want?
I can even tell you why that's happening, Matt. Because all those trolls that currently lived or like used to live on 4chan, now they have no other place but X.
Yeah, that's true. Because 4chan died.
That's why they are like, should we or should we not stick on that platform?
Yeah, no, that's 100% the case. And I've noticed that the level of trolling on X is now so insane that it doesn't matter what's true anymore. It doesn't matter that people are like complaining that something's true or something's not. We have the Epstein thing going on, like Trump's supporters having a go at Trump, and it's all crazy. The thing is, do you know what no one's talking about? The market's really fucking ripping, and it's surprising that no one gives a shit. Like, I swear to God that we had been complaining for so long in 2022 and all the way through that sort of weird, everything's going up but nothing's happening. This is a weird meta. Like, the market is ripping. It is going through the roof. Everything's green. And people are like, well, I made all my money on posting the same tweet 400 times. And I've now got a petite.
Ethereum. Everybody was skeptical about Ethereum. It's like $3,400.
I know, man. $3,400 for Ethereum. You think that this would bring NFTs back? Like, people have probably got something in their wallets that's got to be worth.
I would think
down more.
Matt, I would say it's probably because everybody sold their bags trying to make a profit. Now they don't have anything left. So now that it's going up, they've got nothing to brag about or get excited about because they don't have anything left.
That's
and that's why they're not being loud about it.
Yeah, that's my status. But I'm wondering who the fuck is buying them, because like, I'm broke. Everyone I know is broke. Everyone I know spent all of their money and all of their crypto trying to build stuff and do things and actually, take advantage of it. It seems to be there's like 5 people who made money, and most of them through InfoFi, just by having big X accounts. It's like, then maybe I should have just botted my account up to 450,000 followers and started.
You're looking at it all wrong, man. You're looking at it all wrong. You're looking at it as the approach of people that are extractors in the space, people that are doing these farming things to extract, and you're not looking at like retail and people that are looking to actually invest long term. And I think that's where we're finally starting to get to, is people are actually putting money in with the expectation of long term rather than just extractive.
I mean, that's amazing, because I would love all of these super extractive people who are basically going on timelines and I'm worth $4 million a second. If you DM me, like, you better have 100K for a response. I'm like, seriously, you got lucky, bitch. That's what happened. And you compounded that with a bunch of other stuff, because, there's enough people that if you insider on some things, then you can go up. And I think you're right, mate. There is normally money coming in. We are seeing this, and it could be that we are not quite there yet, but we are probably in the last sort of ends of the cycle, potentially. What does everyone think about that?
So I'll
I
chime
don't
in.
know about that. The cycle. I think maybe towards the end. So I think so. The cycles go. You have Bitcoin, and right now Bitcoin dominance is starting to drop. It got all the way up to like 65%. It's like 61 and some change right now. If it continues to drop and Ethereum continues to go up, we're changing cycles, because what happens is Bitcoin goes up, then Bitcoin will hit his peak, and then where everyone's getting their money from is they're selling their Bitcoin, which is why dominance is going down. They're selling their Bitcoin and they're buying Ethereum. And once Ethereum finally hits its peak, when we go through the cycles, then we're going to get into the altcoin season. All your major altcoins are going to start popping, and then we're going to cycle through those, and then all your small altcoins are going to pop, and then your meme coins are going to pop. So when you got guys talking about how I made $8 billion because I put $5,000 in Doge, that's we're at the end of that cycle right there.
Man, I can only get so erect. The idea that my bags could be worth something again, it's just too much for me, man. I might have a heart attack. I mean, I swear crypto's aged me at a massive rate. I see Shao, your hand is up.
Shao, if I see you raising your hand again as a co-host, I will have to demote you.
Yeah, for
Okay.
real, man. What's that about?
I was interjecting, and then I just wanted to make sure our speaker panel got to speak and without over speaking on top of them. Then I went to polite mode, right? I'm still Asian. I mean, give me a break.
Bless you, little heart.
No, so I wanted to add is to everything else, right? There's a macro, micro. What we're not seeing is the micro part, right? So obviously, with all this mass amount of large investment, market cap type of things going on with Bitcoin and people selling off to take profits, we haven't seen that second lift, right? So before, when everything was kind of surging, whether it was ETH and Bitcoin prior, right? You saw like the development of NFTs, and then you saw how you can go from like a 0.01 mint to like 0.1, right? We're not seeing that level off where the money's going down to what Caravan was saying, which is altcoins, gaming, other narratives. I mean, the problem is a lot of people who are getting into it from a retail side through these ETFs and through these kind of large scale movement, they're not selling, right? I mean, that's why Ethereum is hitting where it is. It's going to tail and it's going to dip as well. But I feel like there needs to be that kind of driver of where that attention goes to in terms of liquidity to do that. And it's definitely hasn't been NFTs, and even altcoins and meme coins are not seeing that narrative either. So it'll be interesting to see what that catalyst is to move for people to move into, for us to kind of have that conversation. But I also think the market's matured where people are kind of tired of this hyper speculative, nonsensical thing that we're used to, and kind of waiting to see what actual product market fit will have that will actually be sustainable. I mean, that's
what you said, the product market fit and sustainability in the same crypto, my friend. I mean, seriously, I think the thing is that I've noticed in this is you're damn right. People are trying to put money in things, but there is no overarching okay, there's plenty of AI in crypto plays. I'm not going to lie, there's like hundreds of them. But there is no the one. People are talking about Bluely. People are talking about all of these particular ones, like games being made with AI, like players in games. Like there's so many different things. There's so many billions of different altcoins, and there's so many altcoins now with a purpose. Like I remember back in the cycle when it was like 2016, 2017. And then you would be like, oh, it's Cardano. Oh, it's this. It's Filecoin. It's this. It's there wasn't as much choice, and it was harder to be informed, and there was kind of more truth and more, I don't know, not more truth per se, but there was just less sources to go on. So I think now we're actually in as you say, a matured market where there is a lot of stuff, and it's just kind of proving that a lot of things can still exist, and there's a shit ton of money out there because we may not have the money, but someone certainly is, and they are buying us all out of this market. I'm wondering whether crypto is feeling a bit like the housing market, where all the billionaires are buying up all the land and all the houses in all of the, weirdly enough, in all of the places that don't get flooded. Conspiracy theory, that one up.
What do you think MicroStrategy and BlackRock and all these other people are doing, buying up? BlackRock actually just outpaced MicroStrategy for the amount of Bitcoin they hold. And I mean, we all know what BlackRock does.
Yes, exactly. I mean, eventually, when there's like 4 people with money and everyone else has nothing, to kill us. What's that? What's the end goal, right? Like they are literally God at this point. What do they do? Because they don't actually need to rule us. Like, do they go to Mars? Do they make a space station? Do they just bury it all? Do they put us all in the Matrix? I'm dying to know because it just seems at this point a little bit like a dragon with a pile of gold, hoarding it and then kind of falling asleep for 150 years.
They're just going to create a giant global Squid Game. So yeah.
I thought it was actually, this is Squid Game. Like it's just really, really big PvP. But that's actually what it is. Maybe they'll do a purge. That would be interesting. I've seen Melania up in the house. Your sister token, Melania, is actually pumped, weirdly enough. So I'm going to let you up to chat about that. How's your lore, Melania? Got any backstories for me?
Great, been built. Did you go and check it on Discord, or are you still?
No, I was far too busy for that. I just assumed that you weren't going to do anything about it, and I was right.
I got the interns to shift for me, so.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. But how's it going? How's it going? What's your meta this week?
Actually, right now people are on the Discord server doing the weekly catch up and just closing some stuff that will be moving a little bit the needle. Not gonna spoil too much about it, but I don't know. I just wanted to check in some of the spaces. I haven't been able to speak during the week on Monday, Tuesday, and such because everything's happening too fast, and so many things to do at the same time. So a little bit of gossiping about couples and stuff on blockchain and X is not that bad after all. It's like that telenovela, but in the afternoon instead.
That is always good. It is always good to have a little bit of gossip, a little bit of fun stuff, and to actually get the meta back where it should be, which is actually making good games that people enjoy playing, and that when the winter comes, they can huddle around a fire in deepest, darkest Melania and tell everyone about their exploits and all of the cool things they get up to. So, I mean, I'm really looking forward to seeing more games and seeing this coming. I've actually seen some calls being like really offensive to us older boomers and saying, oh yeah, all the boomer VC funded games are dead now. It's now time for the indies to rise. No, the broccoli haired, crop wearing, vape smoking motherfuckers are still too shit to build games. You have to hit the high standards. I'm talking the high standards. We are at the half-hour mark, so I'm going to reset the room a little bit. And it is now your duty, nay, your very, very essence, to burn this into your skulls, repost, retweet, like the room, share and comment. I see ex-co-hosts down in the listeners. Big love to you, props to all of that. And I see lots of people doing pudgies. There's a lot of love for pudgies at the moment. Isn't that right, Shao?
Well, we just lost Shao.
Nah, I scared him.
Well,
scared him
Penguin
off.
has been pumping. Let's be honest. We saw
Penguin
Penguin
has been
going
pumping.
from under $1 billion the past couple of months to over 2.5 billion at its peak, and now it's sitting around 2 billion. So everybody in that community is excited. Pudgy Penguin went up to 14 ETH, and with it at this almost all-time high. Those pudgies are looking mighty juicy.
That is true. That is true. People are enjoying the Arctic animals, and hopefully that will filter down to some seals for all of those who couldn't afford to get into the huddle the first time and definitely gone on the second time.
Sheldon is just written backstage here. He says he's got rugged. I think he's having elevator issues or something.
I think he's driving around somewhere, but that's probably it. But talking about meta, let's take a step back to the topic at hand. What has been, the wildest meta you really trusted, believed in, and got rugged? That is the question of the day that I want to ask you guys on the panel. Let's start with SoulForge. What has been something that you really believed in like 2021, 2022, and you really passionate believed in, and you just got rugged? It just faded away.
Terra Luna. God. So much money on Terra Luna.
Bro.
So it was fine, man. It dropped down to 97 cents. It was time for bed. I'm like, fuck, it's done this 3 or 4 times already. It'll be fine, right? I go to bed and I wake up to a 99% loss. 99% loss. And I'm just like, well, I didn't want those 5 figures
I still feel
anyway.
the PTSD on that one, man.
Bro, That was horrible, man. I remember, like, I was in a VC call when that whole shit was going down, like Terra Luna, FTX. My God, that was horrible. I would have to say Solana at that time was pretty rough as well, because Solana was
It went
like
down to
trading
what, like
like $8
9?
or something,
Yeah,
$8
8,
and
9.
change. I mean,
No, I
and
remember I was doing laundry and I was just like, okay, we're fucked up.
I just saw thousands of dollars go to $10 or $20. That's all I remember.
it was so brutal because people like those are the days where you'd like DCA into something from your wages, and you're like, you take it and you're like, you look at it and it's like slightly going up, and you're like, oh, this is really good. And then you just come back and it's like a sea of red, blood everywhere, falling knife, bang the fingers. It was a rough time, mate. It was a rough time. Snooch, what did you get right on, bro?
Well, fortunately, I got lucky and I didn't get rugged on this one, but I may have rugged somebody else in turn. But it was a project that I was like super like I was excited about. I was all hyped about. I met him at NFT NYC, and it was Valeria Games. And I had, they hooked me up with one of the land, and I think I ended up selling my land to Grail. To be honest with you, I think he picked it up when he swept the floor. And I made a good bag on it, and now that game is dead.
No, bro, but did you see the artwork, man? Did you see like how bad it was? Like,
Oh, the artwork was cool, and like the game I thought was really cool and everything.
Like
my son's got a whole bunch of the trading card, like the physical cards. He's even got the metal one. Like it was cool, but now the game's dead, and he's just got a bunch of cool cards.
I mean, yeah, no. I mean, I saw Inhuman actually shill that one that I thought was hilarious, because I went to there, and the level 1 creature had 1 foot. Like, it was this thing that looked like an elephant leg with base on it, and it looked like it'd been drawn by a 14-year-old furry. I was like, this has got to be some weird shit. So I googled it up, and it looked like the artist was not a real artist, actually just dating one of the tech leads or something along those lines, and it just kind of drawn the shit up.
It's funny, you notice the people who showed that project was all part of a cabal, and yeah, I think that one hurt their bags a little bit,
and deservedly so, because that was fucked up. I genuinely didn't understand why people rated the game, because you played it and the tutorial was literally a fucking video of the game being played, and like that is like not just lazy, that's literally taking your attention and shotgunning it in the face. Like, of all the game design sins that you want to do, putting a fucking unskippable cutscene in front of someone about how to play the game is like the number 1 sin that every single person hates on skippable cutscenes. Don't make your entire game about that. Arr. But yeah, I'm glad you managed to exit. I'm glad you managed to run away from that Snooch. That was a good one. Balania.
I think From My Memories was the first arc of some sort of like better experiences in Web3 gaming. I remember back then, there were games that really caught my attention back in 2021, 2022. Some shooters like Eve.io or other stuff like Phantom Galaxies. And I don't know, there's a game nowadays which is fairly similar to Phantom Galaxies. It's literally the same, but with another name. And I'm like, bro, this is not what the heck? And seeing how people are being drifted into that, but with a different name, with the potential negative outcome that's going to have. I don't know, and it's crazy. So I think I put a lot of hope on that first wave of quote unquote decent games on that were using blockchain technology, and they ended up not becoming what was expected. I mean, we can talk about games, and I don't want to be harsh here and then go against others because I'm not using my personal account. If I were using my personal account, I might. But
we should get you back. We should get you back on your personal account, and then you can just unleash the spice. That'd be hilarious.
But yeah, these games that just had people farm a lot of time, effort, energy, and then restart and burn people out. Is not too much of a difference from other games that don't operate properly with servers nowadays. So some of those vices that we had a few years ago, we're still seeing them, and yeah, it's a thing.
Oh man, I think the biggest matter that I got burnt out badly, was build in public. Oh my God, did that meta burn me out? As a founder, that was horrible, man. And the idea that you had to give away so much money and rewards and prizes to the Discord, to the early days Discord, when your game was still absolutely shitty. You had to spend so much money on Web3 marketing. You had to spend so much goddamn money on getting a video together and getting all of this shit. And then only to find out after all of that you weren't part of the cabal. You weren't being sort of like taken up into the glorious heights, even though your product was pretty good. And they were just looking at some other piece of shit that had nothing behind it. And you'd wasted all of this money on it. And you're like, I was convinced. I genuinely thought that it wasn't a scam. When I genuinely thought that the Building Public thing was not a scam. And it was something about, the decentralized culture and, making sure that people could be a part of something and that we all come up together kind of thing. I didn't realize that Building Public was just, we never want to finish the product. So we're just going to scam a bunch of people out of money for NFTs and tokens and pre-sales. And then we're just going to rug the entire project and disappear in a puff of vape smoke. That is what I didn't know at the time when I got into Web3. And that really confused me, that there would be entire teams essentially being told to make games that they had no intention of launching, and they had no intention of doing the hard work on. That to me was crazy. But yeah. Need new metas.
Well, you know what this means. This means is that there has to be a new cabal, and folks, the new cabal is going to be Warp, because basically, if you're part of Warp as a studio, particularly as a studio, you are part of a group of people who are going to make your game better.
Cabal is very public.
Well, it's like if your game's crap, we're not going to publish it. And
Exactly.
we're
And
not
that's
going
what
to
I mean. It's completely public. It's like, if your game is good and it's proven and provably good, we will give you all of the things that you can muster to help you prove it's good. And if that is the case, we will then make that game fucking awesome. And then you will get the money from your game, and you'll get to use that money to make other games. And we will give nodes to all of the game studios so that you will earn revenue from all of the other games that come into the system. Beautiful flywheel. I mean, to be honest, the amount of times I've said flywheel in crypto, I just want to kill someone. Please give me new words. Are there any more words trending? I saw one which was ROTS today. I haven't seen that one yet. Return on token spend. That's a good one. We need some more.
Well, I have a question. Is us talking about like our rugs and stuff like that, is this all like just like ironically us doing the meta of spreading like bad information and like just dinging on people right now? Like, is that the point of this?
Yeah, kind of. Well, it's just to make ourselves feel better.
I think it's like us just venting, bro. Don't overthink about it.
It's us feeling sorry for ourselves, for all of the things we trusted and believed, like innocence. It's time for something new. It's time for some good shit to happen. And I think we're well overdue as communities, as builders, and founders, everyone, as content creators. Content creators deserve good games to create content about. We deserve good games to actually play. That's not just going to take our money and run off. We deserve games that could succeed, not to be absolutely have the legs cut out from them. Even game studios that are like really good get rugged completely by their devs. We have people come to us, and the devs have literally locked them out of the code and stolen all of the fucking money. I mean, it's the insanity in the space. And I'm kind of glad that we're sort of like one of those coin push machines. We're slowly pushing all of the shit off the edge so that we can get the really nice stuff coming. Yeah, good one on that.
I'm wondering right now, because there is so much that's constantly happening. But are we doomed on a constant rotation? It's like the meta is going to be lasting a couple of weeks, couple of months, I don't know, maybe a year, and then it just follows another trend. We've seen meme coin, we've seen gaming, and gaming, I feel like it's passion, so it's going to be staying forever. But besides that, NFT is gone. Gaming is something that we know that it's coming back, and I feel like I don't need to say it because we'll have a little bit of a time segment for what's coming for Warp. But how do you guys feel about what's happening? You know, are we stuck in a constant rotation?
Oh, bro, it does feel like that sometimes. It does feel like crypto Groundhog Day, where everything goes around and then, the new shiny object replaces the old shiny object almost completely, like NFTs were the shiny object. And then it became tokens, meme coins that were the shiny object. Then it became briefly AI agents that were the shiny objects. Then it became, what's InfoPi slot is the shiny object. And now we have dancing anime waifus.
Kaito, right? The Shao.
Right, so, but the funny thing is, all of the things that we dunk on and all of the things that we kind of like, it's on come back because they've all actually made billions. And they're all sitting there on vast treasure troves of money like Magic Eden and others who made that money in that. And I am hoping that there are some people in there who have, learned through all of this and they still think that there is more in this crypto wave. That we're going to do some more fun stuff. I mean, we are literally in the luckiest period with the most pro-crypto administration of the most powerful government on the planet, backing the shit out of it and forcing pro-crypto bills through. This is insane. We could not be in a better environment for crypto right now. This is like the golden age times a million. And if we don't break out and if we don't have like fucking Spider-Man, Tony Hawks, all this crazy shit, like all the things that we said we wanted to do, which was combine all the games, like break down all the borders, make anything that we want and do all of this fun shit, if we don't do that, we're going to come get you.
Isn't it that like thinking like being overly hyped for, things that can turn in the whole opposite to it? Because there's so much expectation for that to happen, which is why I believe people are so, they are with this yearn for the alt season to happen, and they see ETH moving a little bit, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, it's here, it's here, it's here!" And it's like the story of the kid and the wolf. It's blockchain is very predictive, and we found ourselves sometimes with high expectations on things to happen, and we get the whole opposite. So. Maybe that's the meta.
Just like grinding depression and misery while we spiral down the drain of slowly losing our bags dust by dust and not buying. It's weird, like losing your bags and then everything going up so you can't actually buy back into your bags. And that's the scary thing. And crypto is as scary when it goes up as when it goes down because, like when you sell, it's actually less afterwards. You can buy back in, but when you sell, and it's more, and then you're like, shit, if every time I sell any of my Bitcoin, I have to pay double for that, that's a scary time. That's when people don't want to sell, and that's why people hold all the way to the bottom. And that's why people panic sell when things start going down, because that whole thing of like, I don't want to sell because if I sell and I want to buy back in, I'm going to have to pay 200K for my 100K Bitcoin that I have. So I do think Balani, you do make an interesting point that are we sort of just doomed to hype up a bunch of stuff? But I think it's different this time because we at least can see through the hype that you have to build products first. You have to build products first. You have to actually head for revenue. We're seeing so much more in the space about games that are making revenue, games that are already fun to play. And I do think there is a future when people get rich and when others get rich around them, the games and entertainment, because we are an entertainment industry. That's when it flourishes. That's really when it flourishes. We tend to build the best stuff and have the best, most impactful things when times are hard. But we really get to, put the money in and reap the rewards when things are going up. So I think the main thing that we need to do now is to cross all of the price action with actual, fun, with things that people want to be part of. And that's what we're here for.
I have another question. It's like, if you guys could predict the next meta, what would it be?
Animated waifus.
Oh,
animated waifu. I swear to God, there is a world where there is Jonah Blake as an animated waifu with his fucking sploot thing, and everyone has to listen to him.
You say that, but yesterday I was at the Solexar offices in Argentina, which is where I live, and I was talking to the guys. By the time I arrived to the offices, they were engaging with this animated waifu and grok, you know, like the AI thing, like talking back and forth. It was funny as hell, bro. That was a good moment of the day. Yeah.
I think that is the next meta. The next meta is like, who is the ultimate animated VR AI waifu? And then maybe that's, you know, what happens with the Clooney thing. I think it's interesting because these animated waifu things have been around and hugely popular. They have like loads of different versions that are constantly advertised on every single channel on App Store. They've got furry ones, they've got gay ones, they've got straight ones. They probably have some of those like really weird obese pregnant dragon ones that you find every time you have to search for concept art for dragons. You're in games, there's going to be a time where you have to search for concept art for dragons. And every time you do that, you'll be confronted by this ludicrously, for some reason, popular furry artist that makes heavily obese pregnant dragon art and draws it with the aptitude of a 12-year-old. And that is literally the first #1 fucking results page for dragons. I hate the world, but it's good. Anyway, let's have another subject. Grim, Ophid, save me from myself.
I'm kind of waiting for the first news of somebody marrying Annie as part of like.
Oh, there is a token though. There is a Solana-based Annie token.
Oh yeah, $50-something million in just 24 hours. I have a friend that coded 100,000, and it's done from that moment about 500x. If you put one Solana, then you would have 500 Solana right now.
Oh, that's amazing. What's the name of the guy one? Have they announced it yet?
Oh, I think there is speculation, but it hasn't been officially announced.
Oh man, that token is going to run. Yeah, it's going to run. Probably not as much as the others, but that is still going to run. So when you find that name, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's create the runner. I mean, maybe we should get an AI virtual assistant for Warp, because we're going to have AI virtual assistants on the chain and on the nodes. Maybe we should open that up. Should we have hot ones?
As soon as they see us trending, they will try to make as many meme coin and you can possibly fathom.
Oh, dude, it's going to be hilarious. But we have to have like cute AI node representations for the different kinds of nodes we have. Like
I know what we can call them. We can call them warp foos.
Instead of waifus.
Warp foos.
I love it. That's gonna be
beardy, big beardy Celtic.
Oh my god! No, that would be quite funny to actually have like, you can have the Eastern version and they're like adorable, cute anime characters, and then you have the Western version and it's like that lass with the massive jaw, that ginger lass with the massive jaw from New Horizon, you know, the robot dinosaur game. That's so funny, man. Like, this is why people want to play Asian games. They just don't want to play like Western games with like the most hideous characters to represent. It's like, I want to escape from reality. I don't want to be reminded, like, oh, we have this really realistic 41-year-old dad with a ginger beard who gets like out of breath when he goes uphill. I don't want to play that character. I am that character. Like, that's why I like, you know, Asian games where you could jump off stuff and do crazy shit. It's much more fun.
Mr. Orange Beard Dad, this last 10 minutes and we got the spotlight right on you right now, because we got some big news coming. And
we do.
I'm sure we want to talk a little bit more about it, because next week is going to be an amazing space on Wednesday at 9 a.m. EST. That's around 3 p.m. I think Central European time for all the Europeans.
Something like that, yeah.
Around 9 p.m. for all our Asian friends. So tell us a little bit more about it.
Okay, so Megaspace aside, and it is Megaspace, and share this, not financial advice, but share this or you'll miss out on the actual meta, on the new meta that's coming. The new meta is us with Warp. We released today our collab with Hello Labs, and we also announced our node sale. So we are bringing 3,000 shiny nodes that will know all about our network and that will also power the games that you will love onto Warp, the platform. We don't care about what chain your game is on. We just care that it's good. We want mech games. We want Tom games. We want games that give out gold. We want games that give you NFTs. We want to burn your NFTs and turn them into diamonds and swords and all of this crazy shit that you actually want to do with games. And we're here to support those builders and to hold their hands and to scruff their broccoli hair and to recharge their vapes and tell them it's going to be okay, buddy. You just have to learn how to design fucking games. And we are coming, and we're coming for your attention. We're coming for your players, and we're coming for your calls as well. We will become a machine of awesome games where we basically bring all of the best and shit on the rest in our true no cap style. So if you want to be part of this, and if you're a partner of Warp, if you're being published by Warp, we have plenty of fantastic guests. We have Ghost from AI Vax up on stage on Wednesday. We have Avalanche themselves, the blessed red Dorito chain that is now the green Dorito chain, or the white Dorito chain, as they like it. But yeah, we have them coming up as guests as well. And because together with Avalanche and with all the rest, we are building something fantastic with all of the AI projects on Avalanche, with all of the Ninja Mutant Turtles, with all of the fun things that you can see in front of you happening. We can do something with Warp, and we will do that for all of you guys. And so this has been the longest I've actually shilled straight in a very long time. So yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of obvious because we're not usually ones for shilling ourselves in spaces. We usually just like to talk shit
and shout at people.
Yeah, exactly, and give out about their low knowledge and stuff.
Yeah,
but, but yeah, no, as Matt says, tune into the space next week because it's going to be a very Warp focused. It'll give people a lot more insight as to what we do, and yeah, it's going to be a good one.
It is going to be a good one. And Balania, you should be published by Warp because then you'll get a fantastic node that will give you information about all the other RPG games and what all the RPG players do on the Warp network. You can keep whatever token, whatever chain has given you grants and given you promises and given you cuddles and given you merch and maybe keyboards and maybe Crocs and other things. You can keep those guys and you can still be on Warp because we don't care. You don't have to be on our chain. Our chain is for funsies, and that is our point. Join us and get some. With that, I might as well hand over to other people to do a bit of shilling about themselves because it's only fair after this. And you have literally minutes to shill before I rug you all. Who wants to shill first? It's Snooch just left.
Yeah, we lost.
Snooch was like,
thank you for it.
He left like fully. He was like, fuck you. I'm never going on shill space again. Like he literally left on No Caps Gaming Space because we posted about space and was like, I left it because there was too much shilling. Then I shilled hard and I said shilling and he left.
No, I guess he's just too excited about Wednesday.
No, he's been broken by crypto, and he literally cannot hear the word shill.
I want to hear. I want to hear what Big Air are doing, and I want to hear what SolidForge are doing. What's coming up, guys?
Tell us.
Right, SolidForge. Do you want to go first?
I can. So right now we're just getting ready for Gen Con. That's happening at the end of the month, July 30th to August 4th. We're gonna have our World Cup tournament there on August 1st, and then our storyline event on August 2nd, where the players are gonna be able to decide where the story and all the universe and the lore is gonna head in the next set and stuff as we go along.
Nice. Mr. Gonzo.
Right. On the bigger arcade stuff of things, everything is just flowing steady. We are behind the scenes making the right connections to essentially get all the quote unquote flywheels ready to pump the project. So for now, it's just holding steady, which is pretty tough. It's really hard to do community-wise when you're not, quote-unquote, incentivizing your arcaders or individuals to partake in your activities. But thank be to God that people join our Discord. I always find it surprising that they do.
It's because they're having fun, Console. I mean, people will stay to have fun. And you don't have to pay people like a neurosurgeon to play your game. Ideally, they play it for free. Ideally, even they give you money to play the game.
Actually, our whole model is that they have to pay to play, right? So
that's a great model. We like that model.
Yeah, that's how they contribute to the liquidity pool of a particular game. So concerning bigger, just holding steady, just preparing for what's to come. On my side, though, very excitedly, I got accepted to the ex co-host creator program. So I'll be hosting.
babe.
Yay! Yeah, I'm super nervous. I'm actually designing the banners. I want to be creative here. I like being creative, and I thank the Lord that I have that opportunity to now just be myself. You know, when you're hosting for your project, you have to be a little bit cautious and official, right? You guys have never heard me cuss. That's just that's just because I'm behind that account usually. But I'll start hosting spaces that will hopefully talk a lot more marketing and community building, inviting you all to join us. That's the shield. Thanks for the opportunity.
Hey, no worries. It's always good. It's always good to hear people what they're up to. Anyone else want to get some last words before we tuck up our
I wanna ask. Oh, sorry, Valenia, but let me ask.
No, just chill. Go ahead.
Yeah, maybe OFID can come right after you, but I haven't been seeing my friend on Spaces. I don't know what's up with him. That's what I'd like to ask. As well as WAP Foundation. I saw there's WAP Foundation and WAP Chain.
Yes,
I saw that.
we now have Warp Foundation and we have Warp Chain, and our lovely legend Ovid is actually CF Ovid now. So he's actually a CF Ovid, and he's been kept busy with contracts and invoices and things that he literally hates, and we get to see him blow up in classic fashion. In fact, we just did it for the fun of it.
Let's put it this way. After working for two previous projects in the space where money was spent badly and wrongly and stuff, it's like I'm now in a position where I can make sure that we do everything extremely properly and keep a tight rein on the finances. So, you know, I'm happy to be doing that because, you know, I was just tired of getting burnt by people who were spending money they shouldn't have been spending money in other projects. So it's like, you know, got to do things right.
And that is true, and that's why you're not on Spaces, because you're basically keeping your thumbs on the purse strings, and that's fantastic.
Yeah, I am like a goblin in Gringotts, folks. I am down there. Looking at the little tiny gold warp coins. And going, yeah, you're not getting these. Nah.
That's fantastic. Everyone needs their own Gringotts and their own crypto Gringotts. That would be fucking fantastic. I would literally pay to make all of the coins into physical coins. That would just be hilarious. Physical coins, like an NFC chip in them, 1 Bitcoin. Keep them all in a big safe. That would be crazy. Valania, did you want to do some last words?
Yeah, no, I just want to add on that I'm missing a legend here that used to be quite active all the time, which is Sir Choice. I'm not seeing him daily in Spaces, so it's not that I'm as active as I was before. But you know,
I've seen some messages from Senior Choice. I have to look him up.
Yeah, I can give you an update because I was actually talking to him yesterday for the first time in a few weeks. He's just been very, very busy recently. He's an ambassador for AVAX, doing a lot of stuff over there. For them, but also with the many actual game. What's the word for like game shops or whatever, you know, like
the arcades.
Yeah. He was doing a lot of stuff in Colombia. Yeah. So he's so his contract's up with them soon, and he's been, you know, looking for a bit of work. So if anybody has, you know, can give him an opportunity, that would be great. Once we get through our node sale as well, you know. We'll be hitting him up as well to do some stuff, more stuff for us for the warp stuff, because he's been involved with us from the very beginning. He's a good guy. So yeah, and he's good. He's a good head.
Yeah, one of the good creators. And we have got a creator program in the works as well, which is going to be very exciting. So for Fusion,
I like Sir Choice. He's a really good dude. Love that guy.
Yeah, he's a legend.
But I wanted to go ahead and say thank you for letting me talk and speak. I appreciate each and every one of you. You're all amazing people. And this is Crimson Caravan reminding you to remember you're nobody until somebody loves you, and that somebody is me. I love you.
Oh, that is so sweet. And we love to hear it. And we will love to end it on that note as well. Join us next week on Wednesday for a fantastic all exciting, all countdown, all partners, Ghost, we got like Avalanche, we got some secret special guests, we got all sorts of crazy shiznit going on. It's going to be a mega space and it's going to be a party and it's going to be some fun times. And yeah, if you're listening, come along and support the Warp, support the Triangle people. We are nothing without our triangles. Take it easy.
Went out the corner of my eye, saw a pretty little thing approaching me. He said, I never seen a man who looks so all alone. Or could you use a little company? But if you pay the